Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make another remix. Today we're going to be remixing All the Things You Said. So I've got the acapella here, and without further ado, let's get into it. So firstly, you want to make sure that the tempo is matching. So I know that the tempo of this sample was, I think it was 90 BPM. So I stretched it out to get 4 bars on 90 BPM, and then once I had those 4 bars, I then changed the tempo back to 120, which is what I want the tempo of the remix to be. So as you can hear, it fits perfectly to the tempo. So now that I've got that, I want to add some notes in. So I've got 2 different melodies going on here. The first one is a silent a key, and it sounds like this. As you can see, I played around with the velocities until I got something that sounded right. And then I've also got this pattern, which is a pad, and it sounds like this. Again, I changed the velocities around because this note was quite loud at the end for some reason. So then altogether it should sound like this. So that's the intro of the song done. I've now added a snare pattern so that this drops into the next section of the song, and it sounds like this. I've also changed up the part of the acapella that I've used, so this is a different section here to the bit we used at the beginning, so it sounds like this. And then with the other instruments, it sounds like this. So if you're wondering how I got the sub bass, it was just simply this pattern here. Again, following notes in the pads, and with this plugin with these settings. I think I might have also EQ'd this as well. So yeah, I did. I took some of the highs out on the EQ and I compressed this as well. So now that I've got that, it's time for the build up. The build up is the same pad as before. Took out the sub bass and took out the key. I've also got a sweep in here, and then also a snare pattern at the end, so this sounds like this. So it's also worth noting that I've added in this bass pattern. So this is the pattern that I'll be using for the drop, which we'll go on to shortly, but I've just automated the volume so that it slowly comes up. So now for the drop, we've got the same sample at the beginning. However, we've got a small sample here where it breaks down, which is different to the beginning, and it sounds like this. And I just use that so that the beat doesn't sound as boring and it's got variations to it. Now with this bass pattern, this is simply just a bass preset in silence, and with the following notes. So these are the same notes as we used in the pad earlier, and it sounds like this. When you're doing a drop, a house style drop, you want to make sure that you've got sidechain on it. So I'm using Nicky Romero Kickstart, which is probably my favourite sidechain plugin. It's like £9 as well, which is really cheap. I'm also using an EQ just to cut out some of the highs and the sub bass. And so without the Kickstart plugin, it would sound like this. So it sounds quite boring, whereas with the Kickstart, it sounds like this. So you can definitely tell a difference. I've also got this this pattern here with a kick drum and a cymbal, and it sounds like this. And that's everything ready for the drop, and it sounds like this. It's also worth pointing out that I did use a sidechain plugin for the vocals as well. So as you can see, track number 7, I used a sidechain here. Without the sidechain, the vocals would sound like this. And with the sidechain, so you can definitely tell a difference. I'm going to play the song back to you now. If you enjoyed, please like and subscribe, and thank you for watching the video, guys. I'll see you in the next one.
I keep closing my eyes, but I can't look you up. Wanna find a place where it's just you and me, nobody else, so we can be free.